Cons Podcast.
Hate me, don't you?
That like button, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? It's on podcast episode 134. Y'all see it on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all had a good Monday yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Hope you had a good Monday. It's Tuesday, November 19th. You know what I mean? Y'all already know what it is. Cons motherfucking podcast. Got some quick little updates, quick little news updates for you. Shit that's been going on and shit like that. Yeah, hope all y'all be good. Today's episode, we're gonna touch on Andre 3000. Andre 3000 said his label is not counting the Blue Sun album. It's not counting that on towards his contract. We're gonna talk about Gene Deal. Said something about Diddy. We're gonna also touch on Young Thug and his lawsuit being sold, AEG. We're gonna also touch on the war shit, airstrikes. They got another target, Hezbollah. And Lebanon and Hezbollah is talking about ceasefire. So it's a few little things. Then I got a little bonus one I might talk about on the side, but I couldn't find a video for it. So I might mention that at the end of these 5 topics I just named. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be going on over today's episode. Let's get to the first one. First one is Andre 3000. So Andre 3000, y'all know he been playing that flute. You know what I'm saying? That Blue Sun shit, been rocking with that flute, got that flute album going and all that shit for him. So he had a dispute or something was going on with his record label. His record label said that they not counting that album as far as contractual agreements, as far as his albums he's supposed to drop on the label. You know what I'm saying? He said he wished it would matter. You know what I'm saying? Wish it would count. But they said it don't count because they said the album that he do got to be at least 90% like the album prior. And that is nothing like his prior albums. So they said that's not going to count towards his contract. If he got a contract for, let's say, 7 albums, this album that he dropped is not going to count as one of those 7 as far as the contract go. You know what I'm saying? So he said he don't want to leave the label or nothing like that, but he wished the album would definitely count as far as the contractual albums that he set out to put out. So I got a video, 2 videos and shit. This is the first video with him talking about the label and talking about the label about Speakerbox and old school albums that he had, how they combined the two, the Love Below and Speakerbox. The label didn't want him to do solo albums or something like that, so they just put out 2 solo albums and combined them on one album and called it an Outkast album. You know what I'm saying? So this is the video of him talking about that. Check it out.
The Love Below was originally a solo album, and it was supposed to be the soundtrack to a movie that myself and Brian Barber, video director, we were writing. And at the last minute we decided that it may not be a good time to drop a solo album, so the record company says, well, I don't know if you should drop a solo album. And so Big Boy goes in and records Speakerbox, and we put it together and called it the Outkast.
Yeah. So I couldn't really find a video about him actually talking about, but you know, Andre 3000 don't really be talking to a lot of people. He don't be saying too much. So I couldn't really find nothing about him actually talking about the label. But here go another video I found of him talking about the flute he play. Check this out.
In the world.
I've actually played some things that I've put out in the world that I call myself another name under different artists that are out there that, you know, I was just kind of testing it out in a way.
Wait, so you have anonymous wind recordings out there already?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. From known artists.
Really?
And they've been cool about keeping it secret. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to present.
Yeah, as you're saying, Andre 3000, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said he having a dispute. They said the Blue Sun album with the flute is not going to count against his contract agreement as far as albums he's supposed to put out on the contract. They said it got to be 90%. That sounded like the album prior to that. And we all know that album is nothing like none of his albums that he has ever put out, let alone 90% sounding like it. So, hope we get that settled. You know what I'm saying? Hope we get that situation all resolved and all that. He said he got some new shit coming, 2025. I don't think it's a rap album though, but he said he wants to express more. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's gonna come out with another flute album. I don't know if he'll come out with a different instrument. I don't know. I want him to rap though. Keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I want him to come back to rapping. You know what I mean? I feel like he can slaughter a lot of these rappers that's rapping out here these days for sure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can do that. He got the skill level and skill set to do that shit, and the respect in the game. People respect that man pen. You know what I'm saying? Andre 3000 is vicious when it comes to that writing shit. Real dope artist. But I'm glad he had peace though. I'm with that peace shit. I'm with him being real peaceful playing that flute. You know what I'm saying? Next subject, Bodyguard. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, been talking again on these platforms. He said Diddy, back in 99, the shit that Sean was talking about, the shooting in the club in 1999, he said that Diddy met some dude at a park and was sacrificing a bird. Now, he said it was smoke. Dude was putting smoke all around Diddy. We suggested sage. He also gave Diddy, he put his hands on Diddy and was saying a prayer. He gave Diddy a bird. Diddy tossed the bird up in the air and just came back down and hit the ground. Boom, like it was a dead bird, he said, how he described it. I found a little video. I want to check it out. There's a video talking about it.
Surviving Mohawk Diddy Kelly Combs the Diddler perform an animal sacrifice to secure his freedom? I don't like it. So y'all remember that club shooting that involved Shine, Diddy, and J-Lo? And Diddy and J-Lo fled the scene. If you remember, Diddy was charged with illegal weapons possession and bribery, which carried up to 15 years, but Shine took the fall and was given 10. Okay, this where it gets strange. Gene Deal, former bodyguard of Diddy, hours before the verdict, Diddy stopped in Central Park. What for? Allegedly a ritual. That's where Gene Deal says a man allegedly prayed over Diddy and burned sage. Then he handed Diddy a white bird. Then some crazy shit happened. The bird, Diddy took the bird, threw it in the air, and it fell flat and slammed on the ground. And then later that day, of course, you know, Diddy was found innocent and Shine was railroaded. So was all that just a coincidence, or was it some dark demonic shit going on? I talk about that on my podcast, The Flow Show, on Apple and Spotify and everywhere. I'm out. This shit crazy.
So as you seen, he was talking about this right before they was going to court. I mean, talking on their way to court, he said, you know what I'm saying? Met a man at the park. The man seemed like he was ritualistically blessing the man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The shit weird. You know what I mean? I don't think he lying about that shit. I believe it. Shit, Diddy was up to some weird ass shit. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I believe that he went and sacrificed the motherfucking bird that they said before this court trial and shit. I think he really do. He really did do that shit. I think he definitely fuck with practice voodoo and all that shit, witchcraft and all that shit for sure. You know what I'm saying? He got too much power. He a man of power. So we don't put nothing past people in power, especially in motherfucking Hollywood, and especially goddamn Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you know what I mean? You seen, you know what I'm saying, him talking about it and shit, said he had sage around him and all that, put sage on him and shit like that.
So in recent news, former bodyguard of P. Diddy, Gene Deal, says that on his way to the Shine trial back in the day, Diddy did an interesting ritual before being acquitted of all charges in the shooting that took place in the club in the 90s. He says that Diddy meets someone in a park, allegedly gets saged, is handed a white bird, and proceeds to throw the bird on the ground as some sort of ritual that gets him acquitted of all his charges on that day. Now, this is all coming out in a new documentary that Shine has just put out on TV network. What do you guys think about this? That reminds me of that Kardashian episode where Scott goes to some psychic and they tell him to buy a rooster to get rid of the alleged Kardashian curse. I'm going to talk about that.
But yeah, that was Gene Deal talking about the incident in 99. How Diddy went to the park, did some ritualistic shit, sacrificed a bird. But yeah, so next subject, Young Thug. So Young Thug is facing legal drama. This is after he got released from prison. You know what I'm saying? We all know not prison. Yeah, well, yeah, got released from the trial. He free now. He was fighting that trial for like 2 years. We all been watching that shit. So apparently he has some more legal drama after AEG is suing him. Apparently suing him for $16 million. Over $16 million. A publishing deal. They said he wrongfully received millions of dollars being sued by AEG, and he signed with Cobalt Music worth $16 million, despite AEG, who had rights to his music, already signed a deal in 2017. He received $5.25 million after failing to pay that back. He took his rights to the publishing back. to the company, AEG also owned the rights to promote live shows and the merch. So AEG is suing for that $5.25 million that he got from Cabal, because when he went to go sign with Cabal, he was still under the contract signed with AEG, and they had rights to all his music and shit. So they like, nigga, how you go sign to another label getting money and we don't get no money, none of that $5 million. So they suing him for that $5 million. They want that $5.25 million that he got from Cobalt that he shouldn't have got, they said, because he was already under AEG. So that's Young Thug drama and shit. Here go a video shit talking all about it. Check it out.
Thug is facing serious allegations from AEG. The company claims he unlawfully sold off the rights to over 400 of his compositions for $16 million back in 2021. According to a new report from All Hip Hop, AEG says the copyrights were meant to be used as collateral for an unpaid loan. The company alleges that Thug and his YSL label took out a $5.25 million loan in 2017 with the agreement to repay it with interest and share concert revenue from third-party promoters. However, AEG claims Thug defaulted on the loan and misrepresented his ability to repay it. Now, the company wants both the original loan sum plus interest and any earnings Thug made from the sale of those copyrights. This issue was put on hold when Thug and his YSL collective were arrested in 2022 under a massive RICO indictment. After spending 2 years in jail, Thug accepted a plea deal which granted him freedom under a 15-year probation sentence. Since his release, he's been in the public eye. He has been meeting with T.I., posting cryptic messages about Gunna, and even FaceTiming students at Emory Law School to discuss the YSL RICO case. The drama is far from over for Thug. He now faces this legal battle with AEG alongside his ongoing probation conditions.
So yeah, as you seen, that video was breaking it all down for you, tell you everything what was going on and shit, tell you breaking it down probably better than what I did. You know what I'm saying? But shit going on between AEG and Cobalt.
Yo, if you enjoying this content and you fuck with Cons Podcast and you like all the constant motherfucking content, hit that subscribe button. You feel me? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment on this shit. Let me know what you think about it. Yeah, do that right now. Back to the episode.
You know what I'm saying? Suing them over that money, want that money. But they should have known this shit was happening, you know what I'm saying? Coming out of jail, beating that trial, the powers that be is going to try to get you. You know what I mean? I think that's what's happening. So shout out to Thug, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope you get through that shit. You know, you just did a whole little bit, fought that case for 2 years, had niggas snitch on you and all that kind of shit. Hopefully you got an easy road ahead of you. You know what I mean? That's for sure. So, in other news, we had an airstrike going to this war shit. Back to this war shit. I ain't covered on it in a little bit. IDF had an airstrike, and they apparently eliminated Hezbollah's, one of Hezbollah's top media spokesmen. You know what I'm saying? One of the spokesmen, Mohammed Afif, I think was his name. They eliminated him in a recent airstrike. Israel leading the spokesperson for Hezbollah in a recent airstrike, Mohammed Afif, and they're continuing with these attacks to break down different terrorist infrastructures, taking out these big time leaders, spokespersons, media personalities, and all that type of shit. They're taking them all out. You know what I'm saying? Breaking down the infrastructure of the whole Hezbollah group. Here go a video talking about the airstrike that killed Mohammed Afif. Unalived them. Check this video out.
We're tracking from the Middle East, where an Israeli airstrike in the Lebanese capital Beirut has killed Hezbollah's media relations chief Mohammed Afif. Afif was killed in an IDF strike on the headquarters of the Syrian Ba'ath Party in central Beirut, as per the foreign media. Israel is yet to confirm the killing of the Hezbollah spokesperson, but at the same time, what we are learning is that the Israeli airstrike in the central Beirut has killed the Hezbollah media chief, Mohammed Afif, making it a rare attack on the Lebanese capital. The strike targeted a building housing the Syrian Ba'ath Party, also killing and injuring civilians. A separate strike in the Mar Ilyas neighborhood has also claimed the lives. Israel has intensified the military aggressions and operations in the Lebanon since September, resulting in thousands of casualties. The IDF on the social media site, in fact, blogging post X, also confirmed, saying that chief propagandist and spokesperson of Hezbollah, Mohammad Afif, has been eliminated. Afif was a senior Hezbollah military operative in contact with senior officials and directly involved in advancing and executing Hezbollah's terrorist activities against Israel. Viewers, there is in fact a viral video that captured the moment Israeli strike hit, causing the building to collapse amid a massive explosion. Footage shared by the Iranian news agencies have showed the collapsed structure reduced to rubble with debris scattered across the area. Civil defense workers were seen sifting through the ruins. This is in fact the moment when the Israeli strike hit the capital. Alright viewers, now that was all the news of the nation and the world. Will continue to track all the developments very closely. Till then, stay with us.
Hezbollah says its media chief has been killed after an Israeli airstrike in the center of the capital, Beirut. Mohammad Afif was one of the few remaining public faces of the group whose leadership has been wiped out in a series of Israeli attacks. Meanwhile, officials in Gaza say Israeli airstrikes killed at least 40 people on Sunday after a strike on an apartment building in the town of Beit Lahia. Our BBC Arabic correspondent Saeed Shahata told me more about Hezbollah's media chief, as well as what his death means for the group.
Yeah, as you seen, that was a video, you know what I'm saying, breaking it all down for you, letting you know about the airstrike. Told you his name, Mohammad Afif. You know what I'm saying, was a spokesperson for the Hezbollah, took him out. So they just continuing to do our dirty work. They still bombing them, going after the infrastructure of the terrorist group Hezbollah, the Houthis and all that. Israel definitely are goons. You know what I mean? We are goons that we stand over there do the dirty work type shit. Lebanon and Hezbollah agreed to a ceasefire plan. Now, I don't know how much this shit is going to come true, but I hope it do. You know what I'm saying? If y'all talking about a ceasefire, that could be something that could be groundbreaking. We ain't never really seen that as far as a war breaking off and then it come to a ceasefire. Ceasefires, they never really successful as far as I know personally in my life that I've been seeing. I ain't researched it or nothing, but it don't seem like they have a successful rate. We've been calling ceasefires every time we went to war, but it don't never become a such thing in fruition. You know what I'm saying? We don't see a ceasefire. So Lebanon and Hezbollah have agreed to a ceasefire plan. You know what I'm saying? To a plan to cease fire. You feel me? So I hope this shit happens. We got a video about it. Check it out.
Came back because we have a real opportunity to bring this conflict to an end. This is a moment of decision making. I'm here in Beirut to facilitate that decision, but it's ultimately the decision of the parties to reach a conclusion to this conflict. It is now within our grasp.
So yeah, as you saying, you know what I'm saying, talking about all about that plan to have a ceasefire. They said they can possibly actually make this happen. I hope they could. You know what I'm saying? I hope they could. I hope it becomes peaceful. I hope it gets peaceful in the Middle East and all that type of shit. Because, you know, they've been warring for a long motherfucking time. And war is bad, man. You know what I'm saying? War is bad. Like I talked about this shit before. Splash damage and all that shit. Buildings being blown up. Kids getting hit. You know, we don't see the ugly side of these wars and shit when these kids getting bombed and they schools getting bombed and shit like that. Teachers getting killed. You know, these kids go a little bond between them and their teachers type shit. So teachers getting killed. Kids getting killed like that. Families and shit like that. All that shit is the dark side of war, you know what I'm saying, that they don't really just put in front of your face. But you got to understand that it's happening. You know what I mean? That's why they calling that shit mass genocide. So yeah, I hope they do come to a ceasefire. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. That'd be something we ain't never seen in this lifetime. I ain't never seen it. Never seen it successfully done. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's episode 134. This is about all I got for today. I had wrote some shit on the side, but I couldn't find a video for it, so I just did away with it. But it was something that happened out here in Sac. Virgin Mary statue was stolen in front of these people's house. Stole it, took it, you know what I'm saying? And then they tried to sell it on OfferUp. So when they tried to sell it on OfferUp, he got a tip saying that, yo, somebody trying to sell your statue on OfferUp. So he got to that, went to the house, scoped it out and shit, found the scene, the statue was there, and they called the authorities. And then the authorities piled up in front of that motherfucker and went there and got his shit back. So he ended up getting his statue back. That shit happened out here in Sacramento. I couldn't find a video on it or nothing like that. So at first I wasn't even going to touch on it, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of things to touch on today real quick. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's Clowns Podcast though. Episode 134. You feel me? Whatever you're doing, tell somebody about this shit. You know what I'm saying? But before you do that, listen to the conclusion of today's episode. So today we talked about Andre 3000. Andre 3000 and his album and shit not being Blue Sun, not being counted on his contractual agreement. Touched on ex-bodyguard Gene Deal. Talked about Diddy sacrificing a motherfucking bird at the park before he went to court, on the way to court. Talked about Young Thug. Got new lawsuits from AEG, dealing with AEG and Cobalt. Conflict of labels. Touched on the airstrike that eliminated another top dog, and Hezbollah eliminated a media spokesperson, Mohammed Afif, unaligned him. Got Libanian and Hezbollah talking about a ceasefire plan. Hopefully that shit happens, because that shit dope if it do. Then we also touched on this little shit in Sacramento. Got the Virgin Mary statue stolen. But yeah, it's episode 134. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Hopefully I didn't put too much information in your brain. Hopefully I didn't hold you too long to this shit. Real nice and quick. You know what I'm saying? 15, 20 minutes, however long this episode is. Episodes averages about 15, 20, 25 minutes on the average if you watch my shit. You feel me? I don't be trying to keep y'all that long. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got shit to do. You feel me? But I appreciate your watch time. I appreciate you tuning in to Cons Podcast. Appreciate this shit. You know, we right here. We locked in. You feel me? Yeah, but I love all y'all watching this shit. Y'all can be doing any motherfucking thing y'all want to do in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? As free people, as a free human being. You can do any motherfucking thing you could be doing at this very moment. But right now, you tuned in to Cons motherfucking Podcast, and I appreciate that shit. Thank you all for motherfucking watching. I will see y'all tomorrow. Please enjoy these credits and enjoy this slapping ass beat that you about to hear, the Cons Podcast tune made by my nigga O, rest in peace. O, amazing fucking beats. I want to give special thanks to Infectious too, a beat collectors. The other beats that you hear outside of O's is Infectious beats. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate all that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, Cons Podcast though, 134, signing off. Hope y'all have a good day. Hope you have a good rest of the week. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Enjoy these credits.
Cons Podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe and share.
Wake me, don't you? Wake me, don't you?
Constant content.
Wake me, don't you? Wake me, don't you? Wake me, don't you?
Constant content.
Wake me, don't you? Wake me, don't you?
Cons motherfucking Podcast.
Wake me, don't you? Wake me, don't you?
Constant motherfucking content.
Wake me, don't you? 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 Wake me, don't you?